Welcome to week 3 of Cowork Mondays. My name is Scott Monday, and this is my 6-week course on rolling out Claude Cowork for your organization, for your team, and for your personal life. Today, we're going to be talking about connectors within Claude Cowork, which is a really cool tool that allows you to connect Claude Cowork to your various platforms: email, calendar, file storage, and even some other ancillary platforms that you might be interested in. So let's dive into week 3 of Cowork Mondays. All right, so here I am within the Claude desktop application. This was the application we downloaded in week 1 and set up. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you go back and start from week 1. And the first thing you'll want to do is make sure that your sidebar is open. You can toggle it open by clicking on this second button from the top left. So go ahead and toggle your sidebar open and go down to Customize within the Cowork platform. So make sure you're not in chat or code, make sure you're in Cowork and go down to Customize. Now within Customize, you can connect apps to Claude Cowork by clicking on the button at the top here that says Connect Your Apps. Up will pop a screen that's like Claude's version of the Apple App Store. Now, as of the time of this recording, all of these connectors are free, and you're going to see some really popular platforms: the Microsoft Workspace, the Google Workspace, Notion, Slack, just a ton of different connectors. Now, last time I was in this connectors marketplace, there was probably about a third of the connectors that there are now. There's some really cool, well-known ones, and even some that probably are a little bit better for personal use, like Spotify or Resi. Some web building platforms. I saw Wix and WordPress on here. But anyway, just take a minute and kind of scroll through these and find various platforms that you might use and keep those in the back of your mind as potential connections for down the road. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to find the platform that you use for email, calendar, and file storage. Now, for probably 90% plus of those watching this video, that's either going to be the Google Workspace, i.e. Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Drive, or the Microsoft 365 platform. But either way, all you'll do is press the plus button on your application of choice, and you'll log into that platform using that platform's credentials. So for example, I'm already logged in on my Google Workspace, which is why you see these cog wheels as opposed to plus signs. But if you're on Microsoft, for example, go ahead and click the plus sign, log in your Microsoft account, and you will be all set up and ready to go. Now, the next thing I want to point out is how you edit the connectors once you add them. So I'm back on the Customize menu here. And once again, if you're trying to get to that from Claude Cowork, just hit the sidebar and then Customize. And the second item down under Skills is Connectors. If you click that, you will see any connector that you have added to Claude Cowork. And as you click on them, you can edit the permissions along the right side. This is a great opportunity to explain the difference between read-only access and write access. Read-only is just that. If you're connected via a read-only permission set, it means that all Cowork can do is read your email or your calendar or Google Drive. It can't take any action, or it can't produce anything or create anything within those platforms. The write/delete tools are where you can give Claude Cowork permission to actually create things for you. So for example, within Google Calendar, read-only permissions allows Claude Cowork to read your calendar events and suggest time periods across your calendars, things like that. If I scroll down to the right section, you'll see different toggle switches for turning on permissions where Claude Cowork can actually create a calendar event or delete calendar events, or even respond to an event request that you get from someone else. In general, I prefer to have my read-only tools set to always allow and my write/delete tools set to needing approval. That's just my personal comfort level. You get to decide which comfort level you use for these different sets of tools. And of course, you can actually modify your comfort level or the approval needed within each individual tool under these read and write sections. So there's a lot of flexibility to how you set up Claude Cowork as it pertains to interacting with these platforms. So now I'm back into Claude Cowork and I'm on a new task. And I want to point out to you that after you add your connectors, if you hit this plus sign here in the dialog box, you will see a section for connectors, and you'll see that there are toggle switches that turn those connectors on and off. Perhaps on rare occasions, you're going to be working on a task where you do not want Claude to be able to access one of these connectors, and that's absolutely okay. But in general, once you download the connector and connect to it, these will be turned on automatically. So let's go ahead and test out a few things just to show you how this works. I'm going to use WhisperFlow, which is a voice-to-text application. Give me an overview of my calendar activities for next week. All right, just a real simple query that will show you the power of being able to read, in this case, your Google Calendar. You can see that a new task agent launched. Up in the top right, if it were a more elaborate task, you would see it starting to build out a progress. But my guess is for one that's this simple, it doesn't need to do that. If so, it will maybe be a step or two. Also, you're going to see pretty soon here that Google Calendar pops into the context box. See right there. And all that does is it tells you that at this moment in time, this particular task is accessing your Google Calendar. So I'm going to give this just a minute to think and be right back with you. All right, so here we go. Claude Cowork went into my Google Calendar, scanned the entirety of it, and just returned a day-by-day synopsis for next week of what's on my calendar. And the cool thing is, once it does this, you can then continue the dialogue within this particular task. So when you turn on write permissions, or if you have those on, you could ask Claude Cowork to move one of these calendar items. You could ask Claude Cowork for suggestions on how to streamline your week so you're focusing on like tasks at the same time. There's a whole assortment of things you can do with this. Just imagine that Claude Cowork is an assistant that has full access to your calendar and can make changes for you and do anything that you want Claude Cowork to do. Now let's try doing something within our Gmail, or if you're using Microsoft, within your Microsoft Outlook. Once again, the connectors are already turned on, so I can see that Gmail is already turned on. I don't need to do anything there. It's automatic. Go ahead and find the most recent proposal request from Dennis over at Sierra Casework. All right, once again, a new task fires up. And just as a reminder, if I wanted to go and work on something else while this query was taking place, I absolutely can do that. I can come back to it. Maybe you want to fire off a couple standard requests every morning or every Monday, whatever you want to do. Just know that you do not have to be staring at this screen for Claude Cowork to do its work. Now you can see in the context box, the Gmail icon pops in, meaning that the email is being searched and it's doing its thing. So I'll come back to you. Oh, I don't even need to come back to you. Look at that. So you can see right there, it found an email from actually yesterday, May 26th. It summarized the email and it gave me a little bit of a synopsis of what's happening with this particular project. You may be asking, Scott, why wouldn't I just conduct this search within Gmail? Great question. Two things on that. Number one, I've actually found Claude Cowork connecting to Gmail to be a superior search tool to searching within Gmail itself, or even using Gemini within Gmail. Now, maybe they're going to improve that over time, but as of the time of this recording, I feel like Claude Cowork searches my email better. And the other reason is, if you're like me, you'll find that you're going to be working within Claude Cowork more often than you're actually working within your Microsoft or Google Workspace. So it's nice to be able to do all of these things and all of this research within a single platform. The last example I'll show you, also related to email, is if I want it to search across multiple emails and summarize. So let's say I return from vacation and I see that I have quite a few emails from McKenna on my team, and I'd just like to get a quick overview of what she's been sending me so I can catch up. Maybe I'm going to have a meeting with her within 15 minutes, so I just want to get oriented quickly before that meeting takes place. Summarize my 5 most recent emails from McKenna Lane on my team. I'm about to have a meeting with her and just want to be prepared for that meeting. All right, I pressed enter and you'll see it firing up the new task, and I'll come back to you once the results are in. All right, here you go. You see the last 5 emails from McKenna have been summarized, a whole smattering of topics, lack of lead flow over the weekend, a warranty issue, all those types of things that are just the day-to-day activities that happen in all of our email inboxes. So just a really cool way to get a digest, if you will, around a topic or a sender or anything like that that you could imagine searching for. Now, back to the ability for your connectors to write or create on your behalf. I want to go into Calendar, and I want to make sure that I have given my calendar the ability to write and delete. Now, once again, I like to keep it at needs approval, which is that middle ground between off and on. But you can actually turn it always allow on any of these or all of these, but just want to make sure that the blocked buttons aren't pressed on any of these before I do the next task. And what I would like to do is go back to a task. And we're going to see if we can get Claude Cowork to actually create a new meeting for us on our calendar. And this is really cool. And I've used this a ton as I've been working on various tasks within Claude Cowork. The next logical step in that task or that project is to have a meeting with someone on my team. I can immediately, directly in that task or that project flow, get the meeting on the calendar and send those out. Create a calendar invite on my calendar for Tuesday of next week at 2 p.m. Make it 30 minutes in duration and make the title of it Test Cowork Event. All right, so there you go. Let's fire up the task. Just like last time, you'll see the task starting up and Claude Cowork working on it. I imagine we'll see the calendar pop in here on the right side momentarily. And there you go. Because I had this particular write element flagged as ask before allowing, you'll see it's right here asking me to give permission for this task to take place. So I can click allow for this task. I can click allow once, or I can, of course, deny it. But I'm going to click allow for this task. So for the rest of my work in this task, it will never have to ask me again for that permission. So let's go into my calendar and see if we can find the event. All right, here we are in my calendar, and I'm going to go to next week. And right here on Tuesday, we have Test Cowork Event right there, ready to rock and roll for us. And so it's really cool. Once again, the ability to, within Claude Cowork, instruct Cowork to do things for you within your calendar, within email, within your file storage, all of those types of things. What I'd love for you to do is play around with this for 15 to 30 minutes, creating new tasks, hop in and have it draft an email. Now, as of the time of this video, within at least the Google email products, it can't send the email for you, but it can create the draft, and you have to go into your Gmail and press send. Now, the last thing I would like you to do in terms of connections, especially if you are a user of the Google Chrome browser, is to install the Google Chrome browser extension for Claude. The reason being, down the road in subsequent weeks, we're probably going to be having Cowork take over our browser and do actions on our behalf. And so what I'd like to do is show you quickly how to do that. Now, I already have it installed, which is right here, this little Claude icon up here in my extension bar. What you'll do, though, if you don't have it yet, is click this little kind of puzzle piece right here. When you hover over it, it will say extensions. You click that, you go down to manage extensions. And then within search extensions, you just type Claude and it will pop up. You'll install the extension. You'll give it permission to operate within Chrome, and then it will be sitting right there in your extension bar. Now, I mentioned that once you have the extension in your Google Chrome browser, Claude will be able to take over your browser and do actions on your behalf. But also, once you have that, separate from Claude Cowork, it's a really nice tool to have in your browser because, for example, if I click the extension here, you'll see that it pops up a side window. And in essence, this side panel will interface with the tab that you're working within. You'll see how it created a Claude group up here, and you can see how I have one tab within that Claude group automatically. I could add an assortment of tabs to that same group, And then anything I inquire about in the side panel would pertain to that grouping of tabs. A good example of this is, let's say I'm shopping for travel luggage and I have 4 or 5 different brands open to 4 or 5 different pieces of luggage I'm considering. I can then have those open within the Claude extension, and I can go over here and I can chat with Claude about all of those tabs. I can ask it to create a matrix comparing those different items. I could ask it to search the internet and look for discount codes and tell me which one I might be able to use on which of those tabs. All sorts of things that you can use by collaborating between Claude and your Google Chrome browser. So it's a really cool extension to have. Very important to have if you ever want Claude Cowork to work in your browser on your behalf. And once again, we'll be doing that down the road in weeks to come. So there you go. That's Cowork Mondays week 3, where we connected Claude to our email, calendar, and file storage platforms. I'd love for you to play around with this for 15 to 30 minutes, like I mentioned earlier. Just play around with those connections. Maybe go in and find some other connectors that you can add on platforms that you use, like maybe Slack or things like that. I'd love to hear your feedback on how this works for you and what you're able to do with these connectors, a very powerful tool. So next week, in week 4, we're going to be building a custom daily brief for you to use that really ties together our first 3 weeks of activities and gives you a really cool tool that you can use each morning when you fire up Claude Cowork to organize your day and get your head around what is coming down the pipeline. Once again, this is Cowork Mondays. My name is Scott Monday. Thank you so much for watching.